Okay, so the New England Patriots select TreVeyon Henderson just right after his teammate Quinshon Judkins got selected. Yeah, I think Henderson's a really good player, and I think he's going to help out a lot to this team. You already have Ramondre Stevenson, you have Antonio Gibson here, but adding another guy to the mix certainly does make sense. Again, we can do the whole running back value discussion and talk about that, but ultimately, again, the Patriots did a lot of moves to try and improve their defense this offseason. They needed to improve their offense through the draft, and so far they have done that adding a tackle and also adding a running back now to the mix. So from a scheme fit, I think there's definitely a lot of logic. I suppose I shouldn't say scheme fit. What I mean is, like, from a team perspective, from a need perspective, this is a logical move and definitely makes some sense. I think the one critique you would maybe say is, could you have gone receiver here? There are some good receivers on the board. Usually you can get some good receivers in this spot. Is that a well you should have gone to here? But ultimately, again, they kind of had to choose the right player, right? And they felt like Henderson was just the right player and the better player in this spot, and also still fills the needs. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the Patriots adding a running back. But now let's get to the running back itself. Let's talk about what I like about Henderson so much. So let's start off with this play. What's going to happen here is, so it's going to be, sometimes I'm not going to break down the whole running concept, blocking concept, because, again, we're not here to talk about the whole running game as a whole. We're simply just trying to isolate the running back himself, which is TreVeyon Henderson. You see how when this play begins, you're going to see that, the ball is handed off right here, and you have, essentially a one-on-one matchup. You have a linebacker rushing in, and what do you think is happening? To me, I would assume that Henderson is going to run towards the top of the screen, so towards his left. Watch him instead just going to juke out the linebacker, gets completely by him, and also has the blazing speed to run by the safety as well. He scores a touchdown on that play, and this is something you want out of a running back, right? There's the whole running back value question that just gets talked about a lot. It just does. But one of the real things I think that can add value is if you can make guys miss at the second level. That's how you turn. I mean, you look at Saquon Barkley. Like, Saquon Barkley was not turning a bunch of 2-yard runs into 7-yard runs. It happened, but it's not like it was happening every single play. What he was doing was turning the 7-yard runs into 70-yard runs. That was his real value, right? The other stuff he would do, but that's what put him over the edge and made him an MVP candidate. And like this play, another example of the fact that, he can do that kind of thing. So on this one, it's going to be a running play. You see that when the ball is handed off, there are several players who are currently unblocked that he is going to have to worry about. But again, this is just where I think his speed and the way that really, speed is maybe not even the right word, because plenty of guys are fast, but it's the acceleration. Getting the ball and being able to just go, that I think is just next level for him. Like, watch, as he just runs by everybody, and I mean everybody. He's going to get into the end zone. Well, he actually doesn't get into the end zone. He decides to slide to ice the game. So, hey, team player as well. But ultimately, this is, again, what he brings to the table. His top speed, the way he gets to the top speed, and, how shifty he is at the top speed. Yeah, that is what he does so well. But like a play like this too, so it's going to be a run towards the offense's left. They have a couple of players who are going to be pulling over to block in front of Henderson. Watch as when this play begins. Again, kind of a fake is that are going to the right, then gets to the left. And because of that, you have a couple players at the second level who are now trying to get back in position towards the top of the screen. And Henderson is going to read this. Again, he's running at a top speed right here. He is not just getting into his stuff. He is fully moving. But watch him read the play and is shifty enough and also doesn't get brought down with some of that contact. He's still able to get into the end zone that way. Again, these are plays that are legitimate, valuable plays, right? Again, sometimes you look at a running back's highlights and it's like, here is this, wide open gap to run through, and the running back just runs through it. And it's like, okay, well, that's not the easiest thing in the world to do. But ultimately, his highlights are not that. His highlights are making things happen, making guys miss at the next level, or things like this, which is going to definitely have a hole where he can run through. Watch, you see the ball is going to get handed off to Henderson. Hey, a hole to run through. Cool, that's good. You can't hold it against the running back when the offensive line blocks well, right? You do, though, see that there is a player who can still try and run in and make a tackle. And this is where sometimes I think we miss when there's, a hole for a running back to run through. And we say, all it did was just run through the hole. But watch how Henderson just runs past that player, and look at how much extra yards he gets on that play. On first glance, you might sit here and say, well, okay, the commentators will probably just give the running back all the credit. But, if you're someone watching with a trained eye and kind of knows how the stuff works, we'll sit here and say, okay, great offensive line play, running back did his job. But I think that if you look a little closer, you can definitely still find value for everybody involved, right? Henderson is definitely doing some real positive stuff here. Also, I got to talk about the blocking, because listen, blocking is something I value with running backs. And you see right here, especially pass protecting is really what I mean. Can you make sure that you block the blitzing guy? Because ultimately, like I think about Jahmyr Gibbs, who has been an awesome runner of the football. Lions fans have sometimes critiqued the coaching staff for not putting him out there more. Or I'm a Tampa Bay fan, so a lot of times people critique the Buccaneers coaching staff for not putting Bucky Irving out there more. But there's a reason, and it's because those guys aren't blockers, and so therefore you can only have so many snaps. On this play, though, you see where Henderson is, who he's supposed to block. Watch what happens. As you see, he is going to be able to make that block. Makes it pretty good, too, I have to say. He knows where to go. He makes these nice blocks. He is someone who you can have out there every snap. All the snaps that you want to have him out there for, he can be out there, which is, again, what you have to like about him. And then going over here, again, this is his best attribute. All the other stuff is good, but this is his best attribute. He's actually going to be taking a jet sweep motion right here. But watch how when the ball is handed off back to him, you see right here. So he gets through the gap. But again, trying to get to a top speed. However, there is a Texas defender who's running over trying to tackle him. And this is just what he does, is guys just take bad angles against him. And it's because of his speed and, again, his shiftiness at a top speed. Because watch how he does just kind of make that guy miss. Almost makes it look easy. And he's able to just pick up more yards. Those types of plays, those are going to work in the NFL. There is some question as to okay, NFL guys are better at not taking bad angles. They are faster. But ultimately, I still think Henderson's stuff will work. There's question as to how much it will work, but ultimately it will work. He just feels like a guy who should work in the NFL. There's so many positive attributes about him. So ultimately, yeah, those are my thoughts on TreVeyon Henderson. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that video and want to hear more of my thoughts, well, for one thing, you can check out my movie channel. Yes, I have a movie channel. You can check the link in the description below. I do some fun things like some movie reviews, even some TV show reviews, tier list, fun things like that, so you can check that out. Also, make sure that you are subscribed and paying attention to this channel, as there will be plenty of draft content. I plan on making a video for every first round pick, many of the other picks throughout the draft, and also I will do recaps for each team after the draft is over. So I will eventually talk about every single pick from your favorite team. Be on the lookout for that, as it will be out this weekend. And also, if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can follow me on Twitter. I am at Jackson Kruger, or X, whatever you prefer to call it. But yeah, that's all I got. Thanks again for watching till the end of the video.